Okay, you guys, they've already done it. They already released a patch for Home and Hearth one day later to fix the food. There's so many complaints about the food. People are so mad about what they did to the food that now there's a patch out that should update the food stats. I'm going to take a look at those real quick. There's some other things that they have fixed. They fixed the tar pits not spawning on dedicated server worlds, so it's a good thing I wasn't able to actually get into my dedicated server because the tar pits would not have been generated there. And then slightly lower HP on fuelings and fueling shamans, so they must have jacked up the health on those fuelings and fueling shamans, and they've lowered it down a little bit. Slightly easier to stagger fuelings. Again, it seems like they may have turned up the fuelings too much. Lower bow stamina use. So again, they tried to nerf the bow, and now they've kind of drawn that back a little bit, so it doesn't use as much stamina. Cage wall 1x1 physics fix. Seems like the new wrought iron cage walls that they put up, it looks like there were some issues with placing them, and now they've fixed them. And then boars will also now eat blueberries, raspberries, and mushrooms. It seems like for some reason, whether that's a bug or they did it intentionally, but I guess the boars wouldn't eat those foods, and now they'll eat them again. So let's just take a quick look. Let's go through the food here real quick and see what it's at now after this patch update. The main thing I want to take a look at is the Serpent Stew, because that was the biggest complaint people had, was the Serpent Stew went from 80 health and 80 stamina to 80 health and 5 stamina. And the serpents, you can actually catch them early in the game if you're good enough at it. It's hard, it's tricky, but you can do it, and it makes a very, very powerful thing early in the game. But now with them nerfing the stamina, a lot of people were complaining about it. So let's take a look at it and see what it's at now. Okay, so it's 80-26. So they went from 85 to 80-26. So they've upped it a little bit on the stamina side, but not anything near what it used to be. I would have liked to have seen them do like an 80-40, but alright. Let's take a look at Queen's Jam. Queen's Jam is now 1440. Sausages are 55 and 18. Turnip Stew is 18 and 55, and if I remember correctly, yesterday this was like 9 and 55, and so now it's got a little bit more health. Carrot Soup is 15 and 45. Again, they've upped the health like a little bit from what it was yesterday, but not really much. Lox Meat Pie is now 75 and 24. Gives you a little bit more stamina on that side. Again, Lox Meat Pie used to be 80 and 80. Now it's 75 and 24. Bread is 25 health and 75 stamina. Is that 25 health and 70 stamina? This is crazy. Bread is better food now than Lox Meat Pie. That's bonkers. Blood pudding. Blood pudding is really weird because they switched it. It used to be like really high health, and now it's a stamina food. So it's 23 health and 70 stamina. Fish wraps, again, are opposite what they used to be. Now they're 70 health. They're high in health and low in stamina. But so basically it looks like they have just bumped the health on some of these up a little bit. Not really much. What's cooked lox meat? 50 and 16. Cooked serpent meat, 70 and 23. 45 and 15. Yeah, so not much. They haven't fixed it too much. If the people that were mad about it being really, really bad are probably going to be mad about it just being plain bad now. It's nothing like it used to be, but I will say that there is a mod that's already out that allows you to set the food back to the stats it was before the update. And it includes all the new foods. I don't actually have the new foods in here, a bunch of the new stuff. We can take a look at that in a second, but there's a mod out that actually lets you go back to the way it was, and even the new foods are included. The stats are closer to what they used to be. I'm just gonna okay, so let's go check a look at some of the new foods and see what they are now. Okay, so black soup, that's a new food. It's 50 health, 17 stamina. Ice cream is 21 health, 65 stamina. The muck shake is 16 health, 15 stamina. Wolf jerky is 30-30. It's one of the few I've actually seen that's even. I used to have a lot of stuff that was like even. Wolf skewers are 65 health and 21 stamina. Muck shake, 16 health, 50 stamina. Onion soup is 20 health, 60 stamina. It seems like there's a lot of really high stamina foods. Well, I wouldn't say really high, but at least high stamina. Deer stew, 40 health, 13 stamina. And minced meat sauce, 45 health, 15 stamina. And there's no new meads. Boar jerky, 20 and 20. So it seems like the jerkies are the only ones that are like even with health and stamina, but these are much lower than they used to be. And from what I gather, the enemies are more difficult than they used to be. So the game in general is just going to be harder for people. So that's what's included in the patch today. Just basically a little bump on the stats, little bump on some of this stuff like the Serpent Stew. Not big changes, but so we'll see how the community likes these changes that they have. All right, thanks for watching, guys.